Hey, welcome to another Altos Research Market update. By the way, today is Aloha Friday. All right. Hey, let's take a look at the Atlanta, Georgia market. One thing I want to point out is if you've been watching these videos, you'll notice that we have updated our market action index. We've been taking a look at this and trying to figure out how we can simplify it and yet have it provide the information that's so relevant for us to understand in the market. So we've actually added the numbers going across the top arch here. That's new. And then of course we added the speedometer, because the way I usually refer to this is our speedometer for the market. And it's going to show us a couple of things. It's going to show us, one, the strength of the market. It's showing us that right here. It's a slight seller's market. The second thing it's going to show us is who is the market favoring. And as I said, it's favoring sellers. We can also see that's up here as well. It's within this shaded area, favoring sellers. And then the third thing it's going to show us is the momentum in the market. And the way I look at this is I look at the inside arch and I compare the outside arch to that inside arch. And if I see this move up in this direction, it means that the momentum in the market is picking up. If I see it move in this direction, then it means that the market or the momentum in the market is slowing down. So fantastic information, really good to get a real quick look and understanding of the current market conditions. Now we're going to go ahead, instead of looking at our market profile over here, these are 90-day trend lines. Feel free to look at those. But down below here, I want to point out a couple of things. We're looking at a 3-year chart here. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to look at this market action index and see, well, what's kind of the historical view on this? Is there a rhythm with the market action index, right? Is there a certain time of year when the momentum in the market picks up? Now, the first thing I want to point out is as we look at this, we can see here in February 2017, there's quite a push up in price. Then we see that there's another significant push up a year later during the same period. But look at what happened here most recently. Most recently, the push took longer and it wasn't nearly as dramatic. Well, let's see if the market action index shows us that as well. So when I click on this chart, I'm going to click on the market action index. Now, when we look at it this way, we go, well, that doesn't show anything, but it does. We just have to take a look at what we call the market segments. So the market segments, what we've done is we've taken the inventory, we've sorted it from highest to lowest price, and then we've broken them into about 4 equal groups. So each one of these would represent approximately 25% of the active listings broken into price chunks, right? So if I am talking to a seller or a buyer and they kind of fall in this particular category price-wise, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at that specific market segment up here. Let me show you that. And click here on market segments. And you can see, you can look at this and you go, well, you can kind of see that there's a consistent rhythm with all 4 price ranges, right? We all see this kind of movement up in the momentum for all 4 of them. But let's do this. Let's actually hide these others that don't really apply to my clients, whether they are a buyer or a seller. Now, what I can see here is there's definitely a push up in momentum here from January through March. So that's February, right? So that's 2 months to push up. It was already at a seller's market, number 40 here. That's the seller's market. And that pushed up to 45. A year later, we see a huge push. And this is in about the same time period, about 2 months. And it went from a buyer's market all the way up to a seller's market. Lots of momentum. The dynamic in the market in Atlanta, Georgia really changed significantly in 2018. Now, this year is a little bit different story. we see one, this is lower than what it was back here in 2017, but definitely higher than what it was, back in 2018. So we see that it's a stronger market than what it was back then. But look at this. This push up took actually 3 months. And it's not obviously as significant of a push as this one here. So we can see the momentum and we can compare it to the median list price. Let's go back to the median list price for this particular price range. And we can see the same push up, and we can see not such a dramatic push up, right? And we can see actually if we compare this to the last year, if I zoom in here, we can see that the median list price has been dropping for the last year. And we know if median list prices are dropping, what's happening in sales prices? They're dropping too. If you'd like to learn more about how to utilize these reports to help you get edge, whether you are in the real estate business and that's part of your career, or if you are a consumer, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or reach out to me at jeff.graves@altosresearch.com. That's jeff.graves@altosresearch.com. Thank you so much and have a great weekend.